Hey, wetting my whistle. Spend a lot of time down here doing a lot of these shows. Get kind of dry. You know, it's a damp place in the vault. But at the same time, keep talking. Gotta wet this whistle, get these pipes going. Need to for a film like this. This is a quality movie here. This is one of those great PRC titles from 1942. One of the great acting jobs by George Zucco. We're talking about a film called The Mad Monster. Now, I think about that title a little bit. Mad Monster. Who wouldn't be? I mean, you know, you're a monster. People don't treat you well. And even in this one here, the monster doesn't get to carry a woman around. Carry some guys around, but doesn't get a woman around. So I'm thinking I'd be mad too. Okay? Get me roped into a film, going to play a monster. Got all these ideas. Yep, get to carry a woman around. No, don't get to carry a guy around instead. So, could be mad. Could be mad. This film is a kind of an interesting film, made on the heels of The Wolfman from Universal. This one deals with a werewolf-like condition as well, but it also throws in a mad scientist. George Zucco plays this scientist who injects Glenn Strange. You know Glenn Strange. He played a lot of Western roles. He also played the Frankenstein monster in some of the other Universal things after the Boris Karloff guy left. Okay? Likewise, he was in Gunsmoke. Remember, played the bartender. But he plays this sort of simpleton gardener type guy. Played Petro. That's his name, Petro. Okay, and he's a lot of ball of energy. This little guy is. Okay, and he's sort of I don't know if they did this on purpose, but there's a real sense that, okay, if you remember in The Wolfman, who played the Wolfman was Lon Chaney Jr. Okay, now what his big role was before The Wolfman was Of Mice and Men, right? And he played Lenny, the simple man. Okay, hey George, give me a bunny rabbit, I'll hug him, I love him. Well, here what they did was said, okay, gonna make a Wolfman movie. Gonna throw a mad scientist in instead of a Maria Upanskaya type of gypsy lady. Now, they got one like that in this sort of. She smokes a pipe and things like that, but she's got a small role. You go, okay, I'm going to make a Wolfman movie, and I remember the Wolfman was played by the guy who played Lenny in Of Mice and Men, so why don't we have our Lenny, okay, or our Petro, who's going to be a Wolfman, act like Lenny? Act like a dumb guy. Act like a guy who's sort of slow. Interesting. And he does a wonderful job at it. I think Glenn Strange does a fantastic job in this film, playing that rather simple, lovable character. Everybody loves him. He's a great guy. He wouldn't hurt anybody. He's a gardener. He's a man who makes things grow. But George Zucco's great serum does things to him. Turns him into a wolfman. And he sends the wolfman out to do his dastardly deeds. Now, in the Wolfman movie, Wolfman was killing people that he loved, remember? Because, you know, that was the point about the Wolfman. He kills the people that he loves. Now, in this case, he's sort of a Caligari type, a Cesare type of relationship going on here. The mad scientist uses the Wolfman to go out and do his bidding. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The film was directed by Sam Newfield. Now, Sam Newfield did Monster Maker, Dead Men Walk, Harlem on the Prairie, some interesting other films. His brother was Sigmund Newfield, and he was the head of PRC. So kind of worked together. It's kind of interesting. Those two guys had the same last name, but they spelled them differently, just to throw you off the trail. Well, I'm not related to him. I spell my Newfield different than your Newfield, but they're still brothers. Likewise, the film was camera work was done by a guy named Greenhall, and he did some other films like Robot Monster. And he did Reefer Madness as well. This film got some interesting bits. If you're interested in sort of a Steinbeckian version of the Wolfman, you've got it right here. So that means it's a collision, folks, right, of that high art stuff, Steinbeck, coming at you, and PRC. What can they do with Of Mice and Men? We'll make it a Wolfman movie. Woohoo! Roll 'em, Smokey.